What's good, my Zesty Lemons? It is Eileen, and thank you so much for stopping by Zesty Tarot. So we are going to do a request once again about, IU and her love life and her career. Why are y'all so nosy about her love life anyways? Like, I don't get it. But whatever, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do it. God, thank you so much for this opportunity to share my gift with the world. So we are focusing on Ji-eun. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. Or is it actually, is it Ji-eun Lee? Anyways, it's IU. And so I would like to know, what are the current energies at this time surrounding her in her career? And then later on, we're going to see what's going on in her love life. I honestly, when I think about her relationship, it's either kept under wraps because she don't want nobody to know, or she's not in a relationship. But we're going to see, because I can be wrong. So let's go ahead and we're just going to see overall, focusing on the energy as a whole. You know how I do. If this is your first time watching me, welcome. I really appreciate you stopping by. Your girl has been going through some things. I lost someone very dear to me, and I know that she would want me to continue moving forward. On top of that, I also got into a car accident that had me down. That was back in August. And then, you know, trying my best to help my best friend at the time all the way up until she was laid to rest. So, yeah, I'm going to do this for her. And I just want to come back and just keep doing it. All right. So, the first card out for IU, it says to clear your mental and your physical clutter, you will feel so much better. Okay, so this is giving me anxiety. And it could be that she is overworked. She probably has a lot of projects that are going on at this time, and she may be exhausted, you know. Maybe this is dealing with, like I said, the anxiety part. There is a lot of feedback, or this could just be her trying to create and she's overwhelmed. And so it's asking for her to just, you know, take a break if she can and just remind herself she's a human being. If this is actual physical clutter at this time, her apartment, her house, it may be a little messy, but that could also stem from being exhausted. And that may be something that she's trying to get done. And she's like, I need to get my house done. It's a mess. I don't know if she does live broadcastings. Maybe she had put that out there like, oh, my house is a mess. I need to clean it. But for someone that works extremely hard as herself, that would make sense for her to have a cluttered house. So don't be trying to pass no judgment on her, because there's a lot of us that are like that. The next card out, we have never forget how resilient you are. You always bounce back. And then we have no one said that this whole life thing was a race. It is okay to slow down. Okay, so this right here makes sense, because there is something that is going on where she is extremely overwhelmed. There is anxiety that is circling around her that is affecting her day-to-day life. And it could be her career. And at the bottom, we have live with both of your feet in and fully commit to being here. Okay, so I always say this whenever I see this card. Sometimes we feel like we're stuck at a crossroads. Sometimes we want to just say, forget it, I'm tired. But then there's this, well, I can't, so it's either based upon um like contractual agreements, or it could just be, just the way that she appreciates her fans, and she does not want to let anyone down. She wants to be the individual that you expect for her to be. But I'm going to say this. If you notice that she is kind of struggling, I highly, highly encourage everyone that adores IU to remind her that it is okay to slow down. Because like I said, no one said that this whole life thing is a race. So maybe she is being compared to other actresses that are getting more accolades, and so she feels like she has to keep up with the Jones, if you will. And I don't want her to stress herself out to that degree. Now, this is the foundation, so let's go ahead and see exactly what this is alluding to, and then once I'm done with this, then we'll move on to the love situation. All right. God, can you tell me why you chose these cards in reference to IU? When it comes to her career, what's going on? What are the current energies, and why did you choose these cards in particular? I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have to regrow my nails. My nails were pretty long the last time I did a reading, but they got snagged on my blanket, and then it was like every other finger was breaking. I was like, I gotta start over. I feel it strong right here. Okay. So we have the Ace of Wands here. And so I feel like maybe this is this is a potential project that she is getting ready to work with. But I feel like this is also forward movement in her career. So it could be some type of advancement, or maybe she is taking on 2 shows at a time, maybe 2 movies at a time, and so she's just exhausted, And the Ace or the Wands itself, it's a fiery, passionate energy, and so that also evolves when the confidence is where it needs to be. And so if she's not in the right headspace, and if she's not grounded, then I can understand you're going to have to clear the mental and the physical clutter, because something has got her feeling some type of way here. So with this Ace of Wands, I'm going to say that I think it's the projects, and she has a lot of pressure on her. So we have, never forget how resilient you are. You always bounce back. And it's the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is all about being patient with oneself. This is someone that loves to nurture, whether it is on a financial tip, or if this is on a emotional, mental aspect. So I will say that it is asking for her to pamper herself in the midst of all this, kind of what I said before. It's easy to come home from, let's say that you put in like 60 hours in a week, like you were doing doubles, and all you want to do is sleep, 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 sleep. And I can totally understand that. You want to take the time to get your rest in, but it's also important for her to remember that she can enjoy the pleasures of her life rather than focusing on the systematic side of it. Like, oh, I got to do this. I got to take a break from some of those things. You don't necessarily have to practice your lines today. You know, like you can, you know, if you decide to, or if her contract will allow her to, enjoy life. Read a good book. Whatever is going to give you the nourishment that your soul needs. Don't let your contract or anybody else take that from you. We have the we have the Seven of Cups here, and it says that no one, once again, no one said that this life thing was a race. It's okay to slow down. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of creative projects that she's wanting to get into, so you can see that she's like, I kind of want to do everything. You know, it's important for her to also remember to not build castles in the sky. So she's manifesting a lot in her life at this time. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles. And this is teamwork. This is also support. When it says to live your life with both feet in and fully commit to being here. So while, and it could be that she's needing assistance on some of this stuff. This is also teamwork of the harvest. Goes the stammering. Teamwork makes the dream work. So if she is surrounded by individuals that resonate with what she's trying to do and they got her back, I think that this is going to allow her to fully commit, because if she feels as though she's the only one putting in the work, I can understand that being overwhelming, right? Okay, so let's do a clarification here. It's been a while since I've used these cards. Thank you for that reading. Can you please give me a clarification as to why these cards are here, please? I don't know if I said this or not, but this reading may or may not resonate. It may not resonate at all in her situation, because, you know, we're not in her life. You only see what is presented. Okay? Let's keep that in mind. You only see what is presented. So there is no concrete evidence that this reading could make sense. But I do trust in my ability to hone in on some aspects of what's going on. And this could have occurred in the past. This could be a situation that she's presently in, or it's something that could happen in the future. But I like to keep it open. So if you notice some of the things that I've said coming to pass, I would like to know what's up. Right here. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands here. Okay, so this could symbolize a celebration, but in regards of her anxiety, I definitely see this as a solid foundation. There is a balance that is in need, that needs to be in place. In other news, this could represent a celebration of some sort. Now, this could also talk about marriage, but like I said, either she has it she has it tightly under wraps and she does not want that to get out, or, you know, if she is on the verge of getting married, then I can understand these projects, the things that she has to get taken care of, I can understand that that could be stressful as well. So it's either or, but there is a balance that needs to happen at this time. Well, I guess, yeah. So, as far as, I'm not going to jump the gun and say that this is focusing on the romance. This could talk about, her co-star. You know what I mean? Maybe you guys are wondering if there is some type of connection with her co-star. I'm kind of getting that vibe because this is also in the challenge position. So maybe if she is in a relationship, maybe she's overwhelmed with the lack of communication between him because he's pulled in one direction, she's pulled in another. Or this could just be her trying to get to know her co-star so that they can create and collab to develop this this connection that actually causes one to wonder, is there something going on? What's the word I'm looking for? Chemistry. They're needing to work hard to develop the said chemistry that is needed for a particular role. We have the Knight of Pentacles here. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. So with the Knight of Pentacles, I see this as she is checking out the horizon. This is someone that is very cautious, and being the fact that it is a pentacle, pentacles are slow moving energy. They take their time assessing everything before they make a move. They do not rush. When they want to move, then they will move. And so with this Knight of Pentacles, he's scouring over the land. And to some, it's like, because we can't see the rest, but it's safe to say that he's looking for somewhere to plant the seed, to flourish. This is also someone that is protected financially or has a sense of peace. Like they don't have to worry about anybody kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Sabotaging the situation as they try to plant this. Or this could also be that she's going to be on guard. She's going to do everything that she can to protect the seed as she is manifesting something. And then we have the 10 of Wands right here. So this to me is saying that, yes, she's got a lot of burdens. But the thing is, considering the teamwork, right? She may be hyper independent and wants to take things into her own hands, and it's it's taxing her. So she has to remember, like, girl, I'm gonna need you to sit it down because you are overexerting yourself. You are exhausted. Okay, we don't want you to burn out, and I'm sure she doesn't want to burn out. So these are things that she has to focus on. Okay, now given that this is a 10, it is good to see that she is coming to a completion where she can lay down her burdens. So I think once she realizes that she does have help nearby, and if it does stem from being hyper independent, once she opens her mouth and says, okay, I give up, yes, I do need help, then help is definitely going to be on the way for whatever is going on in her career. So let's go ahead and close this out with Moonology. And then we'll move on to the romance part. That's between these two. Here, okay. So, your hard work is paying off. These two right here. She's going to get to a point, and it's, let me put these down. Okay. So, like I said, teamwork makes the dream work. So there is some type of assistance that is needed, or maybe her and some individuals that are on the same wavelength as her is going to collaborate or assist her to be able to lay down the pressure of what she is currently experiencing. Okay. And so it says, your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So let's go ahead and see. And I don't know if she is a Capricorn or not. Let's there we go. So it says, first and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. So that right there makes sense too. So, like I said, like if she's got a lot going on, especially with this 10 of Wands here, it's like she's overexerting herself. She's taking on multiple tasks and she's spreading herself thin. So that's good to see for her. It says, if you're unhappy in your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new. Whatever your question is, whether it is work related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years. That will form your best course of action now. So think seriously about it. Drawing this card suggests it's time for you to be ambitious in whatever it is that you want to achieve. So the other additional meanings to this says that she needs to be, possibly should I say, she needs to be more disciplined to reach her goal. Hard work will make her dreams a reality. A very good omen for study or teaching. And don't be too controlling or avoid anyone who is controlling. And that's another aspect, because if I'm not mistaken, on the previous reading involving her, I did say that I felt like she was having some issues with maybe her management, basically trying to dictate everything. And so, and if this is what this is talking about, and also with the like the relationship, you know, maybe she's wanting to move to another management where they are not as, you know, strict, you know what I mean? Like she has free range to love whoever she wants to, and she can spend time with that person and her family, you know? So I like that. So there is something in the works for her. Next card we have, ooh, a new romantic cycle begins. And this is the, what does it say? The new moon in Libra. Okay, girl, I see you. And maybe, you know, she is thinking hard about a possible, I don't know how long she's been in the industry, but I'm assuming that she's been there for quite a while. Because I believe the first K-drama that I was introduced to, I think that was back in 2019, and I think even then she's been around for a while, and that was Hotel de Luna. So you guys will have to let me know in the comments, and yes, I am going to remove the blockage from people. I'm just gonna remove any nonsense that I see but it's not fair to those that really want to engage with me, and I want to establish a connection with you guys. So, you know, maybe, like I said, maybe she's thinking about retirement, and we'll see once we get to that part. Okay. So, new moon in Libra. All right, and it says give and take could very well be the answer to the dilemma that you're asking about. Compromise may be called for. It's time to start negotiating or even renegotiating. Now, see, this is the second time that we've heard that. So I'm kind of wondering, maybe you guys are onto something. Or maybe, like I said, maybe she's wanting to establish romance in her life. Or if she is in a relationship, she's wanting to strengthen that connection that she has, but you know, her career or maybe his career is putting a wedge between them. Sorry if you can hear my children screaming and hollering. Gamers. So let's see here. It says when the new moon in Libra comes up, there is a restart for you and for someone else. A new relationship could be beginning, and if that's the case, the chances are that this is going to be a healthy and a well-balanced connection. In anything you do after pulling this card, doing it in pairs is advised. And that also makes sense too. So maybe she's going to be in a relationship with her co-star. Maybe she's already in a relationship with her co-star. You know what I mean? Let's see. So pairing up in pairs, such as teaming up for someone else in a business or in your personal life. Libra is the sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone, you are addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Avoid being selfish. It won't get you anywhere at this time. So it's saying for her to feel more and to think less. Marriage or engagement is in the cards. A legal matter will go your way. Pay some attention to your appearance, but don't be all about appearance. So definitely there is a need for a balance. And so the vibe that I'm kind of thinking is when it comes to the romance or the career, I'm thinking that she's possibly thinking about trying to rectify things. Maybe her career is, like I said, it is putting a wedge between her and the idea of love or someone that she's with right now, or, you know, possibly wanting to be with. And I feel with a little bit of teamwork, she's going to be able to accomplish that goal. So one more card here, actually two more. A win-win outcome is the forecast, and this is the full moon in Libra. Okay, girl. You better get that win. Get that win, get that win, get it. All right, the full moon in Libra, the sign of partnership, of falling in love and closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are all about climax and conclusions, this card suggests that you're either about to start a new relationship or that an existing partnership is changing somehow. Perhaps coming to an end are moving to a new committed level. It is important to remember that people come to us for a reason and sometimes just for a season. If a relationship is ending now, It's doing so at the right time. Don't try to fight it. This card also refers to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else, with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. So it says, see the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. It's time for you to make a firm decision. Time for you to focus on yourself for a while. Look after yourself, but avoid vanity. And now is a great time for a makeover. And so then at the bottom of the deck, we have balance, spirituality, and practicality with the full moon in Pisces. If I can find her. Oh, hold on, missed her. Bear with me, y'all. There we go. So it says, have you been so head in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and get concerted and make concerted effort to move towards your goals. The more practical steps that you take, for the better. It's important to find inner balance and between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on the question that you are seeking a solution to. It may come through clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting as a martyr, this card and this message from the cosmos is to act, it says to stop and drop the act for everyone else's sake. If you are in a super romantic, it says you're in a super romantic but not super realistic state. Follow your intuition. It won't let you down. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate. And avoid substance abuse. So how I look at this, like I said, when it comes to the career, I think that she needs to take the time to focus on the things that matter to her. There is a possibility that she might be questioning herself, wondering when would be a good time to retire. Or maybe she wants to shift to another management of some sort. But if this is talking about a relationship that I know I sound like a broken record, but I just want to put it out there. If this is talking about a relationship that she is currently in, even though I feel like she's keeping it under wraps or she's not in one, then I think that she's getting to the point to where she is wanting to be in a relationship. And so she's going to need assistance from someone hearing what she has to say and, respecting it, like, hey, I don't want to be a work mule. I want to be able to live life like everybody else. And I know that is possible. I see married couples all the time that are working their butts off. So if they can do it, she can too. That's how I look at that. Okay, so let's put these back. Actually, let me come back once I get everything cleaned up. All right, I'm back. So now we're going to focus on the love life. And we're going to see if there is some truth between... goodness, if there is some truth between what we just experienced here. All right, God, thank you so much once again for the first reading of IU. So now we're going to focus on the relationship side of her life. She didn't particularly ask about anything. She just wants to know. Because she nosy. But you know what that's true. She nosy. So, what are the energies currently surrounding IU? Romantically. Oh, goodness. What's the weather like where y'all at? I'm in Indiana, so it's it's rainy. But it's always like that. Like, I've had people pass away, and it's always rainy and dreary. It's like the world is mourning for the loss of my best friend, just like I am. All right. Okay, so I want to say that these two, this reading and the professional reading is aligned. You see what it says? It says someone is in need of your love right now. Offer it to them. And that could very well be an issue, like I said, that she was going through. Like, she wants to be there for this person. Whether it's, I want to be there for my person when I find someone, or I want to be there for this person that I'm already committed to. They need my love, and I want to offer it to them, but I can't at this time because I have all these projects that are boggling me down. Like I said, it could be his career, her career, that is putting a wedge between things. So it says, listen to your body and do what it is asking of you. Okay? So going back to the anxiety that she is feeling, like, I feel like she's really taking this pretty harshly, you know, like it's like separation anxiety, you know what I mean? Your life is so special, so treat it with loving care. IU, girl, if you don't tell them people to kiss your behind and do what you want to do, then we have life can be hard and life can be wonderful. Which will you choose to focus on? Sorry about the glare. Yeah, she's is repeating basically what was said in the other reading. So some of it was kind of showing in there. And how I'm looking at this is like, yeah, girl, you're going to have to make a decision. You know, like, you are at that point in your life where you're wanting to really settle down and share your blessings with that person that you love. I also want to put it out there, like, maybe she is in a relationship and she's tired of hiding it. And she's like, okay, let's talk about that, because people are noticing, you know, that we're always together and I'm tired of always having to deny it. So let's just go on ahead and give them what they want. You know, that could be a possibility too. And I understand, like, the importance of keeping up the facade of the parasocial connection. But so many people are getting hurt because they have to continue to live in the standards of another individual that does not know them, that has grasped on to that parasocial connection. And that's just not fair to her. I cannot stress this enough. It's not fair. It's not fair. Thank you, God. So, can you tell me why you chose these cards? From time to time, throughout my readings, you may hear me mention my best friend's name. Her name is Leah, and she was gifted as well. So I might include her also. Why did you choose this card? Ooh, let's drop those. I don't know why I keep moving these around, because I'm going to move them again. All right, so we have the Nine of Cups, and it says live in a constant state of gratitude. So she's close to obtaining what it is that she wants, which is happiness and contentment. This is also an emotional wish coming true for her. She's been trying to manifest this for the longest. We have the Six of Wands. You're kind of a big deal, so start acting like it. All right, so I feel like that does speak to the anxiety that she's experiencing, like, especially with the parasocial connections. Like, some of these individuals have these celebrities in a chokehold. They're not allowed to be themselves, and that we really need to put a stop to that. I'm not saying that you, Miss Holly, are doing that, but what I'm saying is, it's like, as a whole, like, you wouldn't want somebody to be breathing down your neck trying to tell you how you should move. That's just not fair to them. You have to learn to separate their professionalism and their personal life. At the end of the day, understand that they don't know you. Okay? Even if you went and you did a meet and greet, you still don't know them. They see you as support. They see you as a fan, and that is it. And so it just breaks my heart that I've heard stories how individuals in the industry has unalived themselves because they could not take the pressure of what has been done, because you have someone that does not know how to tell the difference between reality and parasocialism, if that's a word. You know, like, it's tough. So at the end of the day, she deserves recognition for all the hard work that she's done, and maybe that's something that she's going to talk to the management about. Like, I've put in my due. You know what I mean? I've worked hard for you guys. I deserve a piece of that reward, which is love. So here we go with the Eight of Swords. And it says, stop overthinking and just do it. So, and it says your life is so special. Treat it with loving treat it with loving care. It's like she's wanting to express these things. So maybe she is in a relationship, you know, but it's like she's scared of what's going to happen. She's overthinking it. But it's going to happen regardless. You know what I mean? Again, she deserves love. We have the Three of Pentacles again. And it says, what's the saying? Teamwork makes the spell work. Okay, so I feel like what she's asking for is she's hoping that everybody involved will support what she's wanting to do. Okay? Or, you know, and it may not have anything to do with love at all. Maybe she's wanting to work with a particular person, you know? I don't know, but I just feel like since we are focusing on the love, she's just asking for people to just see me for who I am. I've gave you amazing shows And she is an incredible actress. She's an incredible singer. You know what I mean? So she deserves something other than pushing content for her fans. It's like she makes all these cookies and everybody just keeps on asking for more. She wants to take a break and eat a cookie too. That is her, you know, her creation that she's putting out there. Let her get some of that back. Give her that recognition. Admire her from afar. Cheer her up. Let her know that she can live life the way that she deserves to live it. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go over here. She needs the community to root her on and not dictate what she can and can't do. Okay, one more time. You know, and it's not just her life, it's all of our lives. We have to learn to be authentic and dance to the tune of our own rhythm. Because society as a whole has us in a chokehold too. This world today, at the end of the day, they don't care about nobody. But yet they put out that energy of shame and guilt and prejudice of some sort that will stop somebody who is sensitive to that in their tracks and makes them want to hide everything forever because they know that it's not going to be appreciated. Misery loves company, and this world is miserable AF, okay? So we have the Five of Wands in reverse, okay? And so how I'm looking at this, now the upright could represent jealousy, or friendly competition, but I feel that this is understanding that you don't have to put yourself in a competitive nature, right? Like I said, this is not a race. It's okay to slow down. You know, so if you are wanting to handle things in the romantic department, take your time with it. You don't want to rush into anything. Don't let anybody try to talk you into rushing into anything either. It needs to feel good to the soul. We have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups to me could symbolize friendship. This could represent romantically, platonically creating something together, friendship, a sisterhood, a brotherhood, or just like soulmate energy. You know what I mean? Like, I also feel like there's no competition. I think I said it already, but it's not like she has to vie for, you know, or have to deal with somebody trying to take her man per se. I kind of get a vibe that there is some type of suspicion between her and another individual, and y'all are like, we're just waiting on you to just tell us that there's something going on. Which I don't understand why y'all need to know, but I guess if you're a part of the movement and her development as an artist and as an actor and all that, I guess I can get it. The star card here. So with this right here, I feel like she's definitely going to, this is confirming that the wishes that she's wanting to manifest, it's definitely going to happen. She has been silently praying about some type of sacred union that means a lot to her. And, you know, she just has her moments where, you know, she's manifesting, she's praying, you know, maybe she has a vision board, but these are things that she's wanting to do. And it's not just, I'm also going to say, like, even with friends, like, she wants everyone to be happy for her and to support her. And see, I'm going to pull this one too, because you have the Four of Cups. You know what I mean? Like, and this is someone who has a pessimistic viewpoint. Like, she's bored, you know, and maybe she's had offers of romance in the past. And she's, you know, so focused on what she couldn't accomplish back then that this situation, or maybe it's the feedback, the negative feedback that she's gotten in the past, you know, it's a warning to not allow these individuals to stop you from obtaining this blessing right here. Because at the end of the day, like I said, a majority of them, they don't care. They just want something to complain about because they need a new distraction from what's going on in their life. And that's just not fair. All right. So to close this out, let's go on ahead and see what the final messages are. So to answer the question, I think that romantically, she's going to get her wish, whether it is to live happily with the person that she loves, to live happily and freely with a person that she will love. But ultimately, she's just asking for respect and honor. She wants everybody to support this movement, whatever this might be. You guys will have to let me know what's going on, because you know I don't keep up with any of that stuff. Not saying that that's a bad thing. I just, you know, I got a lot going on. So yeah, I would love feedback. Yeah, let me put this out here too. Like, I know that I turned off the comments, but I am someone that needs to know that my work is appreciated, because doing readings it can energetically drain me. And so I don't want to feel like you're taking me for granted because I'm giving you a reading and you're just throwing out not comments, but you're throwing out requests. I actually want feedback. It's not validation because I know that I have a gift, so I'm not wanting that, but I want feedback. I like to know what's going on with the energy that I used for this reading. So if you could give me that, I would greatly appreciate it, okay? Now, let's see here. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. I'm just going to look at it for what it is. Like, there's definitely going to be a shift romantically. And it also hinted to that in the previous reading. Maybe the relationship is going to advance to, you know, a higher plane. So if they have been dating for a while, if she's with someone, If she has been dating someone for a while, then yes, marriage is on the horizon. If she's been single for a long time, then yes, she is going to be in a relationship. If she's been in relationships, or if she has been in a relationship and that relationship has came to an end, this right here is going to be talking about that also. Again, a win-win forecast, right? Don't let your pride get in the way. Okay. Does she come off as prideful sometimes? Because I'm wondering, like, is this alluding to her? Or is this the overall energy of everyone else? Like, don't allow anybody else's pride to get in the way because they don't want to accept the fact that, you know, she deserves love. They're like, you'll get love when I'm ready for you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that she's prideful. I don't get that. Sorry, I'm patting my head because I just got my hair done. I'm putting in dreads, so yeah. And then at the bottom we have the answers you need are coming. Okay, so how I look at this with this expect powerful change, and also with the star card and the overthinking, you know what I mean? Like, if she just falls back for a little bit and clears her mind, and you know, the declutter, Lord, declutter, meditate, and just simply be for a moment, I think that she's going to get the answers that she's needing as far as what is the best course of action to take in regards to her romantic situation. But I do feel it strongly that she's wanting companionship. Either she's wanting it, she's wanting to begin it, she's wanting to continue to flourish in it, or she's ready to reveal it, you know, like, yes, you guys caught us, haha, we've been in a relationship, but now let us live in this, let us bask in this moment. I'm asking for your support here. Okay, so that's what I see. If you enjoyed the reading, give me a thumbs up, and I would like some feedback because the comments will be on. Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy this reading, and I want you to remember this: when life gives you lemons, always keep it zesty no matter what. Take care. Bye.